Hi guys, I just wanted to pop in here. So we're kind of halfway through the summer. So we just started into August and I was away the last 4 days, which included a lot of driving. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit stiff. So I just thought it might be useful to actually put this session on the Facebook group, considering I'm going to do it now anyway. For maybe some people that might be on holidays and are doing some driving as well from one location to another. It can be useful for some people. And maybe just in general, if you tend to find that you kind of have a more stiffer body in the morning as well, this can be helpful too. So we're just going to start in the shell stretch position, but we're going to do it in a dynamic way. So we drop back into our heels. And you can do this quite slowly so you can give yourself time to feel that stretch in through the low back. And then we're going to shift forward to come back to the square box. So it's an exhale as we stretch the low back. Inhale as we come forward, stretching back. And coming forward. Next time we stretch back, we're going to stay there. So we drop back into the stretch. We breathe it in. And exhale out. Breathing in. And exhale out. Then we come back to find that all fours position. We're going to take our right arm, reach it out to the side. And then send it through, allow the head to drop. Maybe it touches the floor, maybe you have a cushion there supporting the head. And just breathe in and out, and that stretches all through the back body, the upper body there into the shoulder blade area. And we breathe for 3, breathe for 2, breathe for 1, and slowly come up and out. And then we move to the opposite side. So we inhale, exhale, sending the arm through, letting the head really rest because that will promote a bigger stretch across the back of the shoulders. And we breathe for 3, for 2, for 1, and slowly come back and find your all fours. We're going to drop back to the heels, but this time we're going to sweep one arm across to the opposite side and then come back to our center. Reach and sweep and back to center. Reach to sweep. So as you reach and extend the bum back in space, you're getting that elongation through the armpit down to the side of the body, into the side waist. Breathing, nice stretch if you're feeling stiff through the back. We'll do 2 more. And on this next one, let's reach and stretch, but we're going to stay here. You're going to breathe in, allow the head to lift and look at your fingertips. And then on the exhale, soften the gaze to look down directly at the mat. Breathe in, let the eye gaze look forward to the fingers. And exhale, soften the gaze down. 1 more, breathing in. Exhale, softening down. Then we slowly come back to our all fours and we'll go to the other side. So we sweep and reach. We're going to breathe in. Exhale, softening the gaze. Breathing in and softening down. 1 more breath, breathe it in and soften down. And then slowly come back to all fours. From here, move forward so you can see me, we're going to reach the right leg out long behind us. And we're going to press the toes in towards the mat. And now we're going to lean back into that straight leg so we get a stretch into our calf muscles. And we're just keeping the eye gaze looking out in front, maintaining that square box position. getting the stretch into the lower part of the leg. It's also nice to get a stretch into the fascia, into the soles of the feet. And we breathe 3, breathe 2, breathe 1. Then from here we can sweep that leg out to the side. Look to press the sole of the foot down into the earth. Just move over so you can see my foot. So I'm pressing the foot flat down. And then I just gently lean over to the side of the leg that's outstretched. And I'm going to feel a stretch in my inner groin. Maybe turn this way. Might be better. Yeah. So I'm leaning over to my right side. So I'm feeling the inside of my thigh stretching here, just along the seam of my leggings. And I'll stay here for another 2 breaths. And slowly return that knee in. Then I want to stretch my other calf, so I'm going to extend my other leg out nice and long, pushing the toes into the earth, and then drawing back through that heel. So I create that gentle stretch into the calf. Be on the elbows here if you want to support wrists. And just breathing in and out. Letting that lower leg open out, and a nice opportunity to release that fascia insole of the foot. Take one more breath, breathe it in. Slowly release it. And we're going to send your opposite leg, in my case my left leg out, and press down through the sole of my foot. And then I lean over to that side. Accessing those muscles in the inner thigh, allowing some stretch and release there. So this can be good if you know you've got tightness through the hips. Stretching the groin also supports that. Now we'll take another 2 breaths. And slowly return the knees back together. Now we're going to come onto our back. So we're going to find a band or a scarf or a belt, and we'll pop that around the foot. We're going to have the leg bent to begin with. Then we're going to exhale, straighten the leg to wherever you can. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend the knee. Pressing long and bending the knee. We're going to do 2 more of these. Press it out and return in. Next time we press it out, we're going to keep it there. And we're going to feel that stretch in the back of our hamstring, the back of our thigh. So our focus and our emphasis is getting straight knee so the hamstring can stretch once we have that openness through the back of the knee. And we'll just breathe in and out. Using the breath facilitates and promotes relaxation through the nervous system, which then allows the muscle tissues to soften and release. So the reason why we're stiff in our muscles is because there's tension within the muscles. The muscles are contracting slightly. So using the breath as well as the position of the stretch facilitates a longer release into those muscles. We're going to allow that leg to just come out to the side. We're not going to spend very long in this position because we've already stretched the groin, but just come out to the side for maybe just a 10-second hold, because that can help through the pelvis here as well as inner thigh. And then gently bring the leg back to the middle and allow it to go in the opposite direction. Sometimes you might need to move the opposite knee a little bit away. It can be a barrier as the leg goes across, so you can kind of determine that with your own range there. And just feeling a big stretch into the lateral side part of the leg. This is a good stretch if you have any sciatic pain. And we'll breathe in and out. We'll stay a little bit longer here. Using that breath to enhance the relaxation into the muscle tissue. Take one more breath. Slowly return the leg in. Bend that knee. Pop your second foot through. And then we straighten the leg out and bend the knee. So we do this for 5. Straighten and bend the knee. And press. So just go one more time. Straighten it out. Get that full length through the leg. Breathe in and out. Imagine the back of the knee is pressing towards the end of your mat. And really let the rest of the body soften the back of the head, shoulders, ribs and pelvis. So you're not focusing on a neutral here. So then we're going to allow the leg move out to the side. It's that inner thigh stretch. And then slowly guide the leg across the body, across the midline. Just the opposite leg if it's needed. And feeling that big stretch into the lateral side of the hip. For some people, if you're tight here, this might feel like a very, very strong stretch. So be careful how far you go into the stretch. If you go into a stretch too big, too quickly, too soon, then the nervous system will react against you and it will start to contract. And what will happen is the leg will start quivering. So that's just a sign that you've gone in too quickly. So usually the best thing to do with that is to come out of that stretch altogether, go back to the other leg, give that leg a time to relax and then come back to it. So like 2 minutes is enough for it to have switched off. Sometimes you might feel the stretch into the side of your calf, the side of your shin as well, and that's okay. Particularly if you do a lot of walking on concrete paves. Okay, come back into the center now. Slowly release the foot and then just take both knees in towards your chest. And you can choose to just hug the knees in if you're looking to get more of a stretch across the center of your low back, so from right to left. Or if you're thinking more around the hips and the lower pelvis, create little circles with the thigh bones. So this will have more of an effect towards the sacrum, and more relevant if you tend to have sciatic nerve pain or stiffness through to sciatic. But if you're looking more across the back, then just hold both knees in towards your chest and hold the stretch in statically, which means you're just basically coming into a stretch that's comfortable for you and you just stay there holding that stretch. So wherever we are, we'll take 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And release the feet down one by one. And that's just a little morning stretch or maybe evening stretch that you can do if you're having a little bit of stiffness, or like me, you've been doing a lot of driving. So have a nice day. See you soon.